this was the day I bought my 2003 10th anniversary Terminator Cobra, and this was in December. I believe it was actually a year from today that I bought this car. So this time of year is always fun for me, and I like to reminisce about my trip to get the car. But anyway, I wanted to take the red Cobra out for a little drive, and I had an opportunity to go run a bunch of errands with my wife and two of my boys, and so I said, let's go ahead and take the Cobra today. And so we went for a drive, and it seemed like everybody was out to get the Cobra. I took the car to AutoZone. I had a couple of things to return, actually tools that I had rented a long time ago and hadn't got around to returning. And I always like going to this AutoZone for some reason. My brother and I used to go here in high school and buy things we needed, especially during auto shop class while we were at the high school. We'd run over to this AutoZone, and so there's always good memories there with our first Mustang. But anyway, it really made me upset because driving the car around, there were so many people that were driving really dumb, and one of them turned out into a lane, and I was watching for it, and he was driving an old beat-up truck, and I watched him and anticipated that he would just turn right into my lane without seeing me because he wasn't paying attention, and I can tell he wasn't, and it was a little early in the morning, so I don't think he was quite awake yet anyway. And sure enough, I watched his front tires totally cross the line, and it made me have to jump right over into the emergency lane, and I basically went right between him and a car that was in the emergency lane. And I had to squeeze between two of them. I barely made it, and it was a split-second decision. I just jumped right over and did that, and it saved my car. But man, it just seemed like everyone was being dumb. And then I could see another bunch of people disobeying traffic laws, where they were, stopping in the middle of the road to let other people pull out of a complex, which is totally against the law and just causes confusion and trouble. So I understand that they're trying to be nice and try to let people out and do things, but it's really causing trouble, and there's a reason why that's the law to not do that. But anyway, so I'd go and park in an open parking lot and just take a breather and just let the car sit without, these people. And then I went and got some food with my kids and stuff, and then I went out and I parked way away from everybody. When I came out, all these cars were parked around me, and this guy was sitting here with the door wide open. And like I said, there was nobody around when I got there. I parked far away, and then I came out, and there's these two cars parked here, and I can't blame people because they don't understand, and a lot of people don't do it to be jerks. There are times where people have done it to be jerks, but uh, I could see that this guy was in his van waiting to meet up with some other people, and it was breezy. The door was moving. I could see the wind was blowing it around, and I really didn't want it to ding my door. And I came out and I could just see him sitting in his car chilling on his phone with the door open. And I just think, who does that? And I had posted this on my Instagram, and the comments were so funny. One guy was saying, you should have walked around the other side and kicked the door shut. And another guy said, I think it was my brother, said, you should have locked the door and shut it, because he didn't know the guy was in the car. And, I'm trying not to be a spiteful, angry person, and I didn't say anything to the guy. I just kind of smiled at him, and he looked at me, and he was kind of shocked when I came to get into the car, because he realized I needed to get in the car, and he was polite and shut the door so I could get in on that side and help my kids get into the car seat and the booster seat and stuff. So I was nice to him. He didn't probably know I was mad at all, but I just think it's important that everybody treats each other as nice as we can, and I think everybody will be happier in a world where we all just try to be considerate. So I met up with my friend with the GT350, and I parked the Cobra over here where no one would be around, and we saw this Coyote Mustang sitting here, and I told him that that car has a Ford Roush charger on it, and that the Ford dealership had put that Roush charger on the car, and it's a 6-speed automatic, really cool car, 6R80 car. And so we looked at it for a minute, but then I went over and Parked at another place. I'd picked up my wife and she went in to go do something, so I sat here in the corner and this really nice Hellcat was sitting there idling next to me. Really nice car, although I just don't see why people sit and let the car idle for so long. I don't know. But anyway, went to a few more places to go shopping, found some nice corners to park in, beautiful scenery. It was such a beautiful day. I was really happy to have the car out even though everyone was driving like lunatics, but you can see this really nice open parking lot where I can park the car. And I saw this other GT that was driving around town like my old one, actually, same wheels and everything. It's such a beautiful place to drive around. I went to go to a park nearby where my friend with the Shelby wanted to go play with his dog and take it for a walk, and so I met him because my wife had some more errands to go do, so I dropped her off at the store to go shopping, and I took the kids to this really nice park, and it was just such a nice place to be, and it's just such a beautiful scenery there, and I love being here with the car. It's always fun to look at the car. It's like taking your favorite toy with you everywhere you go. So it was a day to have the car out. I don't take this car out a whole lot, so it's fun to have it with me everywhere I went. And then, of course, picked up my wife, filled up the car with groceries, and that was it. We went home, and that was a nice day. It was fun to get the car out even though everyone was out to get me. But it really was a beautiful day. You can see how clear and cool it was. It was like 40 or 50 degrees. Just a perfect time to be out driving around. The car was running nice and cool. Usually it's like 110 degrees around here, and I don't like driving the car when it's like that. But I mean, look how nice of a day. I mean, the sun was coming in nice on the interior. Everything looked so great. So it was a great time, and I was very grateful and happy to have the car out. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.